If my ex were here, he would have bought me a diamond ring, she sighed, holding the ring I had carefully saved up to buy for her. My heart broke. I'm 26, work in IT support, and until 3 weeks ago, I thought I was about to propose to the love of my life. Her name was Lily. We'd been together for 4 years, lived together for 2, and I'd been saving for 8 months to buy her the perfect engagement ring. I should have seen the signs earlier. Maybe I did and just ignored them. Lily had always been the type to reminisce about her past relationships, but it was harmless at first. A funny story here, a casual mention there. Her most serious ex before me was a guy named Brandon, some finance bro who apparently made good money and had a taste for expensive things. They dated for 2 years before he moved across the country for work, and they broke up. She always said it ended amicably, that they just weren't meant to be. Fine. I had exes too. We were adults. I didn't think much of it. But over the past 6 months, Brandon's name started coming up more often. Brandon took me to this restaurant once. Brandon's company did something similar. Brandon always said I looked good in red. I mentioned it to my younger brother, Kevin, during a gaming session one night. Dude, that's weird, he said through the headset. Why is she constantly bringing up her ex? I don't know. Maybe she's just comfortable talking about her past with me. Or maybe she's not over him. I brushed it off. Kevin was 23 and perpetually single. What did he know? The ring shopping happened in early November. I'd been researching for weeks, scrolling through endless websites, comparing prices, reading reviews. I wanted something elegant, but not flashy, something that would make Lily's eyes light up when she saw it. I finally found it at a small jewelry store downtown, a white gold band with a princess-cut diamond, simple and beautiful. It cost me 3 months' salary. I picked it up on a Tuesday after work, heart pounding the entire drive home. I hid it in the back of my sock drawer, already imagining the proposal. I was thinking Christmas Eve, maybe at that overlook she loved where we'd had our first real date. That Saturday, Lily and I were having coffee in the living room. She was scrolling through her phone, and I was reading articles on my laptop. Comfortable silence. The kind you only get after years together. Then she let out this long, wistful sigh. I looked up. What's wrong? Nothing. She smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. Just thinking. About what? She hesitated, then showed me her phone. It was an Instagram post from some mutual acquaintance. Engagement photos, the woman showing off a massive diamond ring. That's beautiful, I said carefully. Yeah. Another sigh. She set her phone down and looked at me with this expression I couldn't quite read. You know, Brandon proposed to his girlfriend last month. I saw it on Facebook. The ring was stunning. Probably cost 20 grand. My stomach dropped, but I kept my voice neutral. Good for him. He always had great taste. She was still looking at me, and I felt like I was being measured against some invisible standard. When we were together, he bought me this incredible necklace for our anniversary. Real sapphires. I wonder sometimes what kind of ring he would have picked if we'd stayed together. I didn't know what to say, so I said nothing. She laughed, this small, almost sad sound. Sorry, I'm being weird. I just mean, it's nice when someone really goes all out, you know? Shows they care. Right, I said quietly. The conversation moved on, but something had shifted. I felt sick. The following Wednesday, I came home from work to find Lily in our bedroom. She was cleaning, rearranging things, and had apparently decided to organize my dresser drawers. Hey, you don't have to do that, I said from the doorway. It's fine. I was just, she paused, holding something small in her hand. The ring box. What's this? My heart stopped. She opened it before I could say anything. Her expression went from curious to surprised, then to something I couldn't identify. She stared at the ring for a long moment. Is this for me? I swallowed hard. This wasn't how I'd planned it. No romantic setting, no speech prepared. Yeah, I was going to propose on Christmas Eve. She took the ring out of the box, held it up to the light, studied it. The silence stretched on for what felt like hours. Then she said it. If my ex were here, he would have bought me a diamond ring. She was still looking at the ring, the diamond ring I'd bought her, when she said it. I felt something crack inside my chest. That is a diamond ring, I said slowly. I mean a bigger one. A better one. She glanced at me, and there was something in her eyes. Disappointment? Brandon would have spent more. He would have known what I really wanted. I couldn't breathe. I spent 3 months' salary on that ring. I know, and it's sweet, really. It's just. She trailed off, looking at the ring again. I always imagined something more, you know? Something that would really make a statement. Brandon understood that about me. I stood there, frozen, as she set the ring back in the box and placed it on the dresser. "We can look at other options if you want," she said, like she was doing me a favor. "Maybe save up a bit more?" I didn't respond. I couldn't. I just walked over, picked up the ring box, and closed it. "What are you doing?" she asked. "I'm going to return it." "Wait, Tyler, don't be like that." "I didn't mean, you said my ring wasn't good enough. You said your ex would have done better." My voice was calm, which surprised me. "So I'm returning it." "Tyler, come on. I was just being honest. Isn't that what we do? Be honest with each other." I looked at her then, really looked at her. "Yeah. Honestly, Lily, if this ring isn't good enough, then I'm not good enough. And I'm done trying to compete with Brandon." Her face went pale. "That's not what I meant." "Then what did you mean?" She opened her mouth, closed it, tried again. "I just wanted, I don't know, something special." "I thought it was special," I said quietly. "I spent months researching. I saved every extra penny. I picked this because I thought you'd love it. I do love it. No, you don't. You love the idea of what Brandon would have bought you." I put the ring box in my pocket. "I need to go." "Where are you going?" "To return this." "Like you suggested." I left before she could say anything else. The jewelry store was closed by the time I got there, so I drove around for 2 hours, just processing everything. When I finally went back to the apartment, Lily was on the couch, her eyes red. "Can we talk about this?" she asked. "There's nothing to talk about." "Tyler, please. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have said that." "Which part? The part where you compared me to your ex, or the part where you told me my ring wasn't good enough?" She flinched. "Both. All of it." "I'm sorry. Are you sorry you said it? Or sorry you actually think it?" She didn't answer, which was answer enough. I slept on the couch that night. She tried to talk to me 3 more times, but I couldn't do it. Every time I looked at her, I heard her voice. "If my ex were here, he would have bought me a diamond ring." The next morning, I returned the ring during my lunch break. The jeweler gave me most of my money back, minus a restocking fee. I stared at the check for a long time before folding it and putting it in my wallet. That evening, Lily was waiting for me when I got home. "Did you really return it?" she asked quietly. "Yeah." "Tyler." Her voice broke. "Why would you do that?" "Because you didn't want it." "That's not true. I was just surprised, and I said something stupid without thinking." "You compared me to Brandon," I interrupted. "You looked at something I spent months planning and told me your ex would have done better. Do you have any idea how that felt?" Tears were streaming down her face now. "I'm so sorry. I'll spend the rest of my life making it up to you. Please can we get past this?" "I don't think we can." "What are you saying?" "I'm saying I can't marry someone who's still in love with her ex." "I'm not in love with him." "You sure act like it. You talk about him constantly. You compare everything I do to what he would have done. And when I try to propose, you tell me he would have bought you a better ring." I shook my head. "I can't compete with a ghost, Lily. I won't." She was sobbing now. "Please don't do this. I love you. Only you. If that were true, Brandon's name wouldn't come out of your mouth every other day." I started packing my things. We'd both signed the lease, but I made more money. I'd been covering most of the rent anyway. I told her I'd keep paying my half until she found a roommate or moved out, whichever came first. She followed me around the apartment, crying, begging, promising to change. "I'll never mention him again," she said desperately. "I'll block him on everything. Please, Tyler, don't leave. It's too late." "It's not. We can fix this." But we couldn't. The damage was done. Every time I looked at her, I'd see her holding that ring with disappointment in her eyes. I'd hear her wishing it was from someone else. I stayed with Kevin for a few days while I found a new place. A studio apartment across town, smaller than what I was used to, but it was mine. No comparisons to past relationships. No competing with someone who wasn't even there. Lily called and texted constantly for the first week. Long messages about how sorry she was, how she'd made a terrible mistake, how she wanted to fix things. I didn't respond. Then, about 10 days after I moved out, she sent a voice message. I almost deleted it without listening, but something made me hit play. She was crying. "Tyler, please just talk to me. This is insane. You threw away 4 years over one stupid comment." I said I was sorry. "I don't understand why you won't even give me a chance to make this right. You're being so cruel. Do you even care about what this is doing to me? I thought you loved me. I thought we were going to get married. How can you just walk away like this? You're selfish, and I deleted it halfway through. The next message came a few hours later. I didn't mean that. I'm just hurt and confused. Please call me. I blocked her number. Kevin found out a few days later when I was helping him move some furniture. So you really ended it? He asked, grunting as we lifted a couch. Yeah. How are you doing? Honestly, better than I expected. And I was. It hurt, obviously. For years doesn't just disappear. But every day that passed, I felt lighter. Like I'd been carrying something heavy without realizing it. And now it was gone. 3 weeks after the breakup, I ran into Lily's best friend, Hannah, at the grocery store. We'd always gotten along, but she looked uncomfortable when she saw me. Hey, Tyler. Hey. Awkward pause. Listen, she said finally. I know it's not my place, but Lily's really torn up about this. I'm sure she is. She made a mistake. A big one. Yeah, but don't you think you're being a little harsh? I set down the box of pasta I was holding. Did she tell you what happened? The whole story. She said you proposed, and then took it back over something she said. That's not quite accurate. I told her everything. The months of Brandon comparisons, the comment about the ring, all of it. Hannah's expression changed as I talked. By the end, she looked troubled. I didn't know about all the Brandon stuff, she said quietly. She left that part out. Yeah, well, now you know. She nodded slowly. For what it's worth, I think you made the right call. If my boyfriend was constantly talking about his ex, I'd lose it. Thanks. We said goodbye, and I finished my shopping. As I was loading groceries into my car, my phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. You broke her heart. I stared at it for a moment, then realized who it must be. I didn't respond, just blocked the number. Sure enough, 20 minutes later, another text from a different unknown number. She loved you, and you threw it away like it meant nothing. I blocked that one too. The third message came from what appeared to be a texting app. Call her. Fix this. She deserves better than what you're doing. I turned off my phone. When I turned it back on an hour later, there were 6 more messages from various numbers, all saying basically the same thing. Lily must have recruited her friends to harass me. I sent one reply to the most recent number. Tell Lily if she wants to talk to me, she can call Brandon. I'm sure he'd love to hear from her. Then I changed my number. Kevin thought it was hilarious when I told him. Dude, that's cold. She earned it. Fair enough. It's been 2 months now. I heard through mutual friends that Lily actually did reach out to Brandon, but he's engaged and wasn't interested in rekindling anything. Apparently, she had a breakdown about it. I should feel bad. Part of me does. But mostly, I just feel relieved. I took the money from the returned ring and put it toward a down payment on a car I'd been wanting. Every time I drive it, I remember that I'm not settling for someone who sees me as second best. Last week, I went on a coffee date with a woman named Iris I met through a friend. We talked for 3 hours, and not once did she mention an ex. When I told her about my job, she asked interested questions instead of comparing me to someone else. I don't know if it'll go anywhere, but it was nice. Refreshing. This morning, I saw that Lily unblocked me on social media. She posted a long caption about knowing your worth and not settling for less than you deserve. The irony wasn't lost on me. I didn't like or comment. I just kept scrolling. Because here's what I learned. Love shouldn't be a competition. The person you're with shouldn't make you feel like you're constantly measuring up to someone who came before. And if they do, if they can't see your value because they're too busy looking backward, then they don't deserve what you're offering. I spent 3 months' salary on a ring for someone who wished it came from somebody else. I'll never make that mistake again. And honestly, I'm okay with that.